So after last week's Tech Tickle, where we scoured the city of Toronto for a graphics card in this ever increasingly fucky Ethereum market, I thought this week we'd do some more shopping, but this time with more of a positive slant with hopefully a better end result. Yes, folks, it's time for another episode of Unshitboxing, where I scour the city of Toronto, look for a poorly listed, poorly described, barely photoed computer, bring it home, unbox it for y'all to see, and see what kind of goodies we can get for a low price to be determined in the near future. Okay, so I've hopefully fixed the screen this time. My face is on the left side, so you're going to be able to see the entire contents of ads, which is kind of important because last time I sort of fucked that up. And once again, desktop computer category. We got 3,000 PCs to choose from within 40 kilometers of my approximate location. It is not accurate, so don't try to come and rate me. And let's see what kind of shit we can find. Okay, here's something interesting. A garage sale. Oh god, they put their actual address like right here on the ad. I'm gonna have to fucking blur that, aren't I? Interesting. We got two of the same picture here of a bunch of computers, and then a closer up one of some others. It looks like an Optiplex there, a slim form factor Optiplex. These look like a bunch of either MDG or pre-built systems. I'm not sure how confident I feel about their contents. Can't zoom in very much here on the pictures, which, whoa! Okay, let's back up a bit. Whoa, Jesus! Oh, here's a guy who has 15 computers for sale. I've looked at this in the past, I'm sure. I don't know if anything in here is even remotely useful. Yeah, there's another P4 sticker right there. I'm not sure if you guys can see that, but I can tell at a glance what it is. And if we zoom in just a little bit, why can't the pictures zoom in? What the fuck is wrong with this stupid website? He wants to sell them all together for $350, priced individually from $20 to $100. I mean, I can't do anything with this. I can't wait for the day when like all of the Core 2 Duo systems are just gone. They're just gone. Like none of them work anymore. They're all just primed and ready for the garbage, and they just get tossed in the nearest landfill or melted down for scrap metal. I cannot wait, because sifting through all that bullshit is the worst part of this whole process. Women's midi cocktail wedding evening party elegant lace dress. Let's take a look. The fuck? What did they get a model for this? Just like, or is this the person? Why is it even listed in this category? I don't understand. Like, how does that even happen? Like, this is not even close to the same category. I guess clothing would be right below computers, maybe? I guess? Fucking no. Computer, it works fine. $40. Okay, I gotta look at this. So, right away, we have a non-standard power supply that looks like this is a Dell system of some kind, like a Dell workstation maybe? That looks like a P4 sticker, so I don't think that's of any use to me. Okay, let's move on. Here we are on page 27, and we're just coming up to the $40 price category. I'm really tired already. Desktop computer tower. Okay, let's see what we got here. A picture, like, you can't even like go so far as to like turn the picture, rotate 90 degrees. MS Paint will do that. You don't need Photoshop. You don't need Paint.net. Apparently that was too difficult for this guy. I can't even begin to evaluate what the hell could possibly be in here, but I'm curious to know. So, hey there. Can you take a picture of the inside of the case for me? I want a better idea of the specs. I instantly have less respect for people who put like the clock speed of the CPU in their listing title, because they clearly don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They're like, look, mine has more gigahertz than that guy's. Computer for $60, please check other ads. What is this monstrosity? Oh my god, what is that? What is that? It looks like a coffee machine. What the fuck is that? What in the fuck is going on here? Okay, it's been a long time, so forgive me if I'm wrong, but are those ISA slots on that motherboard? What am I looking at? Okay, so on the scale of 1 to weird, this is definitely David Bowie or higher. Oh, it's a Mac. Okay, hold on. Acer computer. Looks like a slim form factor pre-built of some kind. It does have an A10 5700, 4 gigabytes of DDR3, 2 terabyte hard drive, and he wants $60 for it. Okay, so Acer is not really known for using a hell of a lot of proprietary connectors, so the motherboard in this, although it's small form factor, it might still be usable and mountable in a normal sized case. I'm not sure. I'd have to look it up. Being that I don't have the specific model number of this unit, I'm not sure. But if it were just an ITX board in there, if it were an ITX board, it would be great. If it were a micro ATX board, which looks like is a more reasonable assumption, then it would also be usable. Key is if it's mountable and wireable into a standard case. I don't want to have to do any soldering. Given that I'm pretty sure no one is going to make him an offer for the system, I could probably offer him like 20 bucks and he might take it. Aha! Okay. Now we're in the money. HP Compact 8200 Elite, i5 2500 and 4 gigs of RAM. Oh yes, 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 yes. I want this. I want this so bad. Price is negotiable. Have multiple units. Hey there. How many do you have? I'm prepared to buy several. What sort of a price could you offer for the whole lot? Okay, here's another guy selling an 8200 Elite. He's listed his phone number in the bottom there, un-X'd out like here, so I'm not going to scroll down for you guys. But I definitely would like to buy this as well, but certainly not for $70. Because I just replied to another guy who's selling them for $60, I can use that as a little bit of leverage. Okay, here's a similar system. 80 bucks for an Optoplex 790 with an i5 2400, 4 gigabytes of DDR3, and a 320 gigabyte hard drive. Okay, is this worth making an offer for too? Yeah, I guess. It's not the super small form factor one, although he looks like he has one underneath it, but I think it's this one he's selling. Now this one might have just a standard micro ATX motherboard in it, so that would be highly usable. Let's just offer him the same 50 bucks. Looks like there's a lot of sellers in this price range, so maybe I can get at least one of them to buy. Good to finally see these Sandy Bridge based pre-builts finally going down in price, because they're still highly, highly usable. And if you can find the right sort of deal, they make a great alternative to something like Ryzen 3. And it's tomorrow, because fuck yesterday. Okay, let's keep looking. Okay, so here we are where we left off yesterday, and I'm going to be narrowing it down to the custom or other categories, subcategories of computers to get all the pre-builts out, because at this price, like $100 plus, I don't think there exists an off-lease pre-built that I would be interested in buying, so I'm just going to see what's out there in terms of old custom builds, whatnot, or people that don't really know. Okay, here's a pretty good deal, looks like. Got a plain-ass black case, $175, and it's got an i5 4430, 8 gigs of RAM, 300 gigabyte hard drive, which is an odd size for a hard drive. Make an offer, no low balls. Okay, alright, so I think a non-insulting but still competitive offer would be $140, which is something I would happily pay for this combo. So that's what we'll offer him. Okay, now here's a store. It looks like they're selling custom i7 systems. Either 870s or 920s, so you're talking 1156 or x58 socket. But under motherboard here, it says that they're all x58 boards, which doesn't make a hell of a lot of sense. With 4 gigs of RAM, some arbitrary size hard drive, and a minimal but still usable power supply. And the price is negotiable, which is what's interesting about this. They're a store, and they're like, make us an offer. So now, this would be grossly unappealing to me if it were not for the fact that there were an x58 motherboard inside there, and there are people still willing to pay a hefty sum of money for those alone. I don't think I'm quite willing to pay 200 bucks for this, am I? I think I'll have to pass. I'm not sure. Yeah, and to be sure here, I've just opened up ebay.ca looking at completed listings here in Canada for x58 motherboards, and it seems all the ones that are coming without CPUs installed or RAM bundled in are selling between, you know, that's maybe as high as like this is $279 plus shipping, and it doesn't have anything with it. I mean, that's fair. But then again, you see some listings like this down here, EVGA X50 SLI for $114. It's less encouraging, but they seem to be in the minority. And here's a Chinese knockoff motherboard. So it looks like the legit ones, I don't know, maybe they're good for 200 bucks. 167 here, you know, they're dropping a bit because I think the relevance of those CPUs is diminishing a little. So maybe it's best if we stay away from it. Oh, I think that's it. We're done. Oh, God. Okay, guys, that's about it for this week's video. You just saw the shopping process, and hopefully in next week's video, or maybe the week after, depending on how long this takes me, we'll see who the winner was, or winners. Maybe I'll pick up more than one system that we found today. I'm especially encouraged about those pre-builts, because just as little as a year ago, maybe 9 months ago, those were up to about $100 to $150 at a bare minimum. The fact that there are people listing them for between 60 and 80 right now is really encouraging. That paves the way for a lot of potential budget opportunities that didn't exist before and have sort of been taken away because of things like the G4560 and whatnot. So let's see what we can do. Anyhow, thanks for watching. Once again, as always, I am Ofa. You can follow me on Twitter via that username, as well as virtually every other social media platform. Send me a message on which one of them you choose. including the email address you saw there in my Kijiji listings. I think is techtickle@yahoo.com for some reason. I'm using the Yahoo address to deal with my business-related emails, so hit me up there. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again soon.